we take a recap look at the Pro Dirt Series down at Albany Speedway. Atwell Park Albany Speedway is situated in the southwest of Western Australia and is an integral part of our Pro Dirt Series. The track is 440 metres long, 20 metres wide, has 8 degrees of banking and is a clay surface. Fast Freddie Kinsella.
Nice.
Now, Freddie, without any disrespect, have you been playing with the car maybe too much, trying to change too many things in it? Because the car was good for a few meetings and now it just seems you're struggling just trying to get the setup back where you need it.
Yeah, we were playing with it. We've definitely taken it back a step or two now. We probably went too far. The more I play with these cars, the more I realise I know nothing about them.
For those that don't really know, you haven't been around for a couple of meetings.
Yep.
Tell us everybody why.
Oh, mate, we did. We used to always do Boxing Day and those meetings around Christmas, but generally, me missus and kids end up with the shits on pretty quick with me because all we do is bury our head under race cars for Christmas, New Year's, and they sit around the house waiting to bloody do something. So we drew a line in the sand, or I shouldn't say she drew a line in the sand, but probably better for our relationship that we had Christmas and
you grew up,
yeah,
Cody Brown.
That's it. So no, we finished Espence and Cal, and then put the car in the trailer pretty well just after that, ready to go.
Yep.
And then I came down here with my family. We've been here for the week, sort of thing, just doing family shit and having fun. And Troy came down with his 2 girls and drove the truck down, and we just worked on the car yesterday at Laurie Dowsett's house. And yeah, got it ready to go and see how we go, mate. Round and round in circles, hopefully.
First couple of meetings were a little bit lost with the car and we couldn't figure out what was going on, and we found a couple of things now and seem to be heading in the right direction. We're a lot stronger last meetings. What I was struggling with was forward drive and cornering basically, so it wasn't getting down on the nose and it wasn't driving off the left rear, which both of those, you're looking at that axis across the the right front, left rear, so we knew it was there somewhere. And it was a combination of both actually. So now it gets into the corner better, steers better, and it drives harder off the left rear, which then gives you that forward momentum.
Describe your night, bud.
Probably a little slower than I want to be, but we're having fun as per usual. I feel really good on the Albany track. The car feels great, but just like to be a little faster.
So what are you going to do to change that?
I don't know. I think the driver needs a bit of a tune-up.
A bit of a kick in your
That's
bum.
the consensus back at the pits anyway.
We were a little bit loose. The first one we were fairly happy with the car, but I tightened it up a little bit coming into the second one, and I couldn't get it to do anything up top. I don't know how Warren's getting the thing to work up there. He just seems to be the only one, and Cody had it working fairly well. We just couldn't seem to find any dirt up there, and come off the curb and it just loosens up on you. So long feature if everyone's on the curb.
We still have to act natural, Jason.
Is he telling stories?
Only the best.
Jay Carty, describe your night so far.
With Sam Boyce, crew chief extraordinaire for Dave Boyce.
Describe your night so far, bud.
Not too bad. We started back in the first heat. It's a bit of a procession, so we finished 8th or 9th. Started pole and got second. Disappointing we didn't convert, but that's alright. Still take a second. Thanks to Albany Cars for the bonus $100. Thank you. Yeah, so no, not too bad. I think we'll probably start somewhere in the top 10. Plastic off that wheel, measure 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Did I just see you tampering with the 15? Mate, that thing's a rocket ship.
No, he's got it going good.
So what are you doing to the right front to change it, to get the car turning better?
I'm just taking a bit of weight out of what we call the lock nut, which is in between the two springs, just to help it fall onto the right front a bit more, to get a little bit of side bite. Just took the tyre off, give it a bit of a buff. It's still a bit slimy, even though it's slick, still got a bit of slime to it. I'm coming off the back pretty well in the final, so we'll make a few changes and see if we can get it to go forward. Just struggling a bit at the moment, but
I don't think you're the only one, to be honest. A little bit choppy on the bottom, nothing to do with, you're not going to bag the track or anything. It's just you're going to have to run there to push your way through some cars, but
Absolutely.
then there's going to be times where you have to get to the top and make it work on that bit of stuff up there. And it's actually quite difficult to get anyone to get going forward on the top too.
It is, it's hard. Coming off the back, I've got to either get to the bottom and bump a few cars out the way, and I'm not going to do that, so I've got to try and make it work on the outside. But it's a shame because it's such a wide track and it's just bottom dominant. It's just frustrating as a driver because you think it's got everything going for it. But anyway, it is what it is, and you just got to make the most of it and see if we can get it hooked up enough to roll through the middle.
30 laps is a long way, you're going to get a few cautions, so that'll help you probably pick a few
Just
off.
got to be cautious. The drivers have got to be cautious. And that last heat, I started off the back and I'm looking ahead and I could see what was unfolding, and I thought, I just got a new car, around it all, and I thought I don't want to be part of that, so I'd rather lose a couple of spots. And as long as we don't wreck in the feature, it was worth it. But look, shit happens, it doesn't matter. It's all trial, and everyone, like you say, everyone's chasing a setup. We're all sort of struggling a bit, except for the 15. That's doing the right thing at the moment.
Yeah,
so.
that's really the only car that's actually doing
Yeah,
what it's supposed
he's
to
got
do.
it. He's got it dialed in, but he's spending a couple of bucks on a new car. That's what you'd expect, it, wouldn't you? But good on Wazza and Jamie getting their shit heaps going, and I just got to get my shit heaps going now.
Wasn't Warren Oldfield, you'll be off pole, I guess, because you've won 2 heats. A lot of people are saying your car's doing better than everybody else's. Yes, it is, but I reckon it's actually the way you're driving it. You're driving it a lot different than everyone else's, and they're not seeing it. That's my opinion. What is some of the things in the car that you're actually changing to come from Motorplex to Albany and make it sit nice?
Not a great deal. Gears, that's one of the main things. Bit of right rear 4 bars, just changed them a little bit, but not much. From there to here, we're not far away from standard, so it's a good car, and when you've got a good car, you don't have to abuse it and overdrive it, and I think that's the key.
Yield throttle control's a lot better than everyone else's, but they're getting in the bottom into that choppy stuff, and they're actually getting on and off the gas, it's upsetting the car, moving around a lot. You're trying to keep away from a lot of cars, I noticed, even you're backing off and waiting a lap before you get in there. A lot of cars are getting in there and bumping and pushing and shoving.
Yeah.
You're not doing that, which is actually giving you a faster momentum.
Yeah, well, the last heat through the bottom and the middle was a bit choppy, the track, and they were all just bunching each other up, and so I moved up to the top and it was quite smooth around there, so you don't have a great deal of traction, but you can carry momentum, so that's how I felt. Just slow the speeds down on the car, but actually slow the acceleration down, but carry more speed through the turns. So it worked. We were able to drive around some good cars and got the win. So yeah.
With me now is the guy who was pretty patient all night, did all the right things, had a good start with Warren off the front, and just picked the right time at the right place with the traffic, discipline, throttle control. You had it all, Joe Chalmers, and you won the race.
Nah, that's it. Yeah, I think the discipline came in a fair bit into that race then, because something I learned when I was over in America racing, like you don't have to pass every lap car, you know, if they're not that much faster than like you guys. So I knew Warren was going to have a sniff on the outside if he was going to come around me. So I didn't want to really give him any chance to come under me around them lap cars. But look, it was an awesome race there. I think it was a good showing for the crowd. I'd hope so. Yeah.
It was a good show. Third place. Didn't know who was going to actually go through there. They had Brad Smith up there, then David Nylander got in there into third. He passed Warren for second at one stage. Warren got back in there. Then Fast Freddy Kinsella comes through and gets third spot. But also at the front, with you and Warren was trying every single line he could to move around the racetrack just to get an advantage. And he would start to catch you a little bit here and there. But as soon as the lap traffic came, you were just able to pounce straight away.
Yeah, no, that's it. It's just that lap traffic, you know, you just got to be patient, you know, and normally, like, they get quite squirmy, and I think those guys have got some experience under their belt now, and, like, you know, they gave us plenty of room, plenty of respect, and, you know, that's all we can ask for out there.
Your car was straight. You didn't get too sideways. It was soft enough to get through the little ruts and holes. I mean, we're not track bagging at all. I mean, just the way that the track was. But your car was soft enough to get through them, but you had plenty of traction going forward.
Yeah, no, that's something we worked on a lot just before Toowoomba. Kai and I did a fair bit of work into that car. I think we've learned, and it's definitely got traction. I haven't changed the car since Toowoomba Australian Championship, so the car's still pretty much the exact same. And here, it's one of my favourite tracks to race around here. So I mean, it would have been nice to be up on the wall there, getting all high and handsome. But look, around the bottom, we'll settle with that.
It was quite a little bit of a different racetrack. Sometimes we race Easter, and it gets a little bit more moisture in the racetrack, I guess, because of the air. Tonight it's cleared up. It didn't have that rainy effect or moisture around it. So did that catch you out a little bit when you got here, you did hot laps and you thought, hang on a minute, it's not quite what we normally get?
Yeah, no, I definitely freed the car up massively, and I watched that first group roll out for hot laps. I gone, oh gosh, we went the wrong way here. But look, we just bided our time, and the track sort of came back to us. And look, that's massive thanks to Dad, Addie, Kylie, Pop, and Marie as well for the help with us. Nathan's at home tonight, so we did it without him, but look, he's back home watching for us, and massive thanks to Albany World of Cars. You know, they're jumping on board and give us a hand. Andrew's an awesome guy, and yeah, looking forward to what the future brings.
Now, Smoking Joe, you can't just do this, obviously, with Dad and Mum and yourself, but sponsors behind you too. They're very important to just keep the dollars rolling through it and you running.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Shift Realty. Matt, he's been my best friend for years, and he's always helping me out. PWL Canopies, Cutting Edge Renovations, Valvoline. You know, there's just that many guys on the car. There's those small sponsors, you know, everybody there that comes down and enjoys a beer with us as well. And yeah, so massive thanks to all those guys.
Congratulations to your winner, Smoking Joe Chalmers. We'll see you at the next Pro Dirt Series round at Albany Speedway.